Turns out the lights when both boy and girl start suddenly shaking inside.
Let's do it.
Well, welcome back to Seattle.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us be back here.
I love Seattle. You can come back anytime you want.
Oh, thank you.
What was the last time you guys were here?
Warped Tour.
Well, that wasn't Seattle though. That was George, Washington.
Yep.
The
How far
gorge
is that
George.
away from here?
Took us about
2.5 hours.
Yeah, like 2.5, 3
really?
hours to get there.
I thought it was close.
That was the last time we were in the area.
Yeah.
The last time we were in Seattle would probably have been on the
Cobra Tour?
yeah, Cobra Tour, Cobra Starship Tour.
How was that tour?
It was awesome.
How did a smaller? I mean, not that, that was a small tour, but it was smaller than something like Warped. How did that compare?
It was definitely more intimate. You could like meet everybody. Like whereas at Warped, it's just like masses of people, and it's just you try to meet everybody, but you really can't.
Did you ever get mobbed by a fan?
Yeah, but that's what
Travis does. I cut my hair and people don't realize who I am anymore.
T Fair, who's sitting next to us. He helps me get through the crowds.
Like a bodyguard?
Sort of. But I didn't really know how.
He actually picks him up and carries him like a little baby.
I yell hot soup.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Did he sing you to sleep too?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
What do you think we pay him for?
had you guys ever been on Warped before?
That was our first year. We won a Battle of the Bands once, and we got to perform at the Warped Tour, but it wasn't.
I think it was before Doors.
Yeah, it was one show, and that was about it.
So your CD was released last year.
Yes.
So how's your life? I mean, it's been about a year, right?
Year and
A little over a year.
2 weeks.
There you go. So how has your life changed
Dramatically.
now to like from a year and 2 weeks ago?
It's been absolutely wild. We went from kind of like waking up in the morning like wondering like what we're doing, and a year ago to we're like, are we touring or like what are we doing? And now we wake up and we're just like, what are we doing right now? But it's there's this whole day's list of events, and we have like a lot of fun.
It's like the forever lasting roller coaster of life.
Yeah, I would say like the fun level definitely went up
Yeah.
a lot.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you in the past year?
Well, I mean, we got to go overseas, which is like a really
that was
cool thing for us
insane.
because financially we would not have been able to do it, and now we got to do it and play music.
We got to play a Tampa Bay Devil Rays game this year, or excuse me, Rays.
Yeah.
They're going to the World Series.
Right?
Yeah, and
Because of you, probably.
Of course.
You just
it
gave
was
him
our
good luck.
support. No, we played it like the
been
last
helping
game.
coach.
I think when they were already clinched the series. So I don't know if we helped at all. I'm pretty sure we helped.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So, had you guys ever been to Warped before you actually played on it?
Yes.
Yeah, like
We used to go all the time as a band, but we wouldn't play. We'd just go together.
we would
Just
we
hang
would
out.
sneak
Yeah.
in. We would make these like fake tour passes, and if because I'm not saying the security
It's all Kevin
is kind of clueless or anything like that, but I'm saying if you have a tour pass by any means and you're on the phone and don't want to be bothered, then it's like very easy to sneak past.
Or we found out walkie-talkies, like the police walkie-talkies.
Yeah, that gets you in.
That gets you
easily.
anywhere.
No matter what age you are, you could be like 4 years old walking in with a walkie-talkie, and they won't bother you at all. They'll be like, "Oh, that kid's a stage manager. Like, I don't want to get fired."
They obviously belong here,
Yeah.
even though they couldn't tell me the
Exactly.
agencies.
Or you just get on the cell phone and you're just like, "I told you, I want the speaker on the stage now. If you don't get the speaker on the stage, you're fired." Like that, and then they would just won't even talk to you, and then you're backstage hanging out with like all your favorite bands.
So, were there any bands on Warped this year that you were just like in awe of, kind of starstruck by?
The Academy is. I
The
mean,
Academy is for sure.
like now that we're on tour with them, it's a little different. It's very cool being friends with them, but before we actually met them, we were kind of like little schoolgirls about the whole situation, and also
I love Almost Here.
Tom DeLonge from Angels and Airwaves, just because like we were huge Blink-182 fans growing up. Say Anything and
Story of the Year.
yeah, Story of the Year. We used to go watch Story of the Year and practice their like stage antics back home, and we were never as good as it, but they were very cool, and we played soccer with them and stuff,
Yes,
which
we
was
did.
awesome.
Oh, cool. So now you're touring with the Academy as.
Yes.
How did that come about?
When we met on Warped Tour, we kind of just like hit it off like a really good relationship would, and we're like, what are you guys doing this fall? And they said that they wanted to headline, and we were like, well, we want to headline too. Would you guys want to like do a co-headliner? But obviously they would always play last because they're 3 CDs deep, and we're on our first CD, and they were like, yeah, that sounds awesome, let's do it. And so we both called our managements, and we're like, hey, call their management, let's do this.
How did you come up with the name for the tour?
We just want to think of something absolutely ridiculous, and that was
We
kind of
found
like
it.
the first thing that came to mind. Too, it really represented the co-headliner very well because it's like both lead singers on the ad mat
On a bogus tour.
on a bogus tour. But what's funny is we didn't want to call it like the Excellent Adventure, which I believe is the better movie because
Yes,
when
it
we went
is.
over to the UK. It was the Excellent Adventure, and then over here was the Bogus Journey. And if we feel like if we went over to the UK calling it the Bogus Journey, like people would be very offended because sometimes it is kind of bogus going over there in all the right ways.
So you guys have toured with a lot of bands, though.
Correct.
Who do you
Yes.
think your favorite was to tour with? Whether it
Ooh,
be
that's almost a trick question.
Yeah.
I had a blast with Cobra.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because like we haven't really toured with anybody that we don't like,
Yeah.
and we kind of become family with all these bands that we tour with. So I don't know if there's like a favorite. I know of course we grow attached to our Florida bands that we tour with, like Mayday Parade and Hey Monday, who's on the tour now. There for Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
I know, just pretty much anybody from Florida because we have that like different connection.
right?
But other than that, it's pretty much everybody.
So you guys have been on kind of a wild ride for the past year and 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the absolute craziest, most ridiculous, I never thought it would happen in a million years thing that's happened to you guys?
Just
We were on TV.
yeah.
Just any random
Well,
TV or something specific?
It was
There's
MTV,
there's
but,
like these
it was
little
pretty crazy.
there's like little check marks that we get each time that like something incredible happens. And the first one was like we were on the CBS morning show to where we had to like load in gear at like
Play
3 a.m.
5:30 in the morning.
and we played and it was really early and I think we all stayed up all night just so like our voices would still be warm or worn out, whichever it was. But then that was like a check mark, and then we did Jimmy Kimmel Live, and then we did MTV, then we did FNMTV. It was just like
And we did TRL before they stopped it.
yeah. So it was kind of like a string of events that happened, and then like hearing ourselves on the radio, which just was absolutely incredible because kind of like remembering the movie The Wonders or whatever. Like it was kind of that whole thing. Like you hear yourself on the radio and it's like so surreal. It doesn't even make sense.
That's awesome. What is next for you guys?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know in January it's weird because everything goes step for step, and they want us to be focused on what's happening now. And I know that January we're going overseas again, but we're gonna try to hit like Australia and Japan and New Zealand,
Sweet.
and then mainland Europe, which is awesome. And,
When can we expect new music from you guys?
soon.
Very soon.
Actually, we're releasing a deluxe CD and also an EP over the holidays. And it's gonna have like a few of like the B-sides that we didn't use for the record that like we still feel are really good songs, but we really wanted to go with 11 songs because we felt 11 was lucky, and so like people will be able to hear that, and also like acoustic tracks. And then right now we have 16 or 17 songs written for the new record whenever we do it. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll get it out pretty soon.
Great. You guys you still down to perform a song? You were so excited for it.
Absolutely not. We'd love to.
All right, let's
do it.
get done.
Okay.